I'm originally from Albania, and we were living in Albania. Went to high school there. And then my mom won a green card lottery, which is a permanent resident card. And how it works is you can bring your spouse, the winner can bring the spouse and children that are under 21 years old. So my mom had won the first phase during that time, and we're waiting for the second phase to go through. And again, the interview process for it to be complete. So there was some talks about coming and moving to the US as a family. And during that time, I was also considering going to Italy because my brother was going to school there. So it was summer, and Arben's son, which Arben used to be a volunteer assistant coach here at American, Arben's son came for holidays back home, and he was practicing at throwing basketballs while we were playing volleyball. So when Arben came, his son was talking about him, hey, there's this good volleyball player, she might come to the US. So we started talking to Arben, and Arben got me in contact with Barry, and the rest is history. My parents are my role models, and I think that with them I got the perfect combination of the athletic and the academic guidance and support. My dad used to be a basketball player back home, so through him, he was the one who's always pushed me through practice, through volleyball, through all of my achievements, versus my mom was the academic support. She worked as a professor at university, so she would always make sure that both my brother and I were doing well academically, and so with both of them, that's what made me also be successful as a student athlete, because I started quite young with taking care of my academics while also succeeding athletically. Both of them, they would always be there at every game during high school. They never missed one if it was home or away. My dad would go at the extra length of also being there every single practice, so he would change his schedule accordingly. And that continued also here at American, because they lived close by. They never missed any home games, and it was fantastic support to have them both in the stands and know that they're there in the crowd cheering me on. In Albanian, my dad never would cheer in English, but it was very nice to have them and be there, and also the loudest in the arena.
Rubena's leadership slowly developed as she got to know the people around her teammates, her coaches, new environment here in the United States. Just really, day by day, you saw her become more and more confident in her abilities. She came on a team that had 2 or 3 other players that were first team all-league, leading us in years prior, and she stepped right in to compete on the court with our top players. And she didn't get as much of the accolade by the end of the year, because these 2 or 3 players that had been all league the years before continued to stay all league. And they graduated after that first year, and from the moment those players that had been there and comfortable and knew what they were doing graduated, Rubena came on and just took over for the next 3 years. She was first team of everything. And Rubena just came right in and just did what she did. Strong competitor, and so joyful and caring for the people on the team. And it was, she's a dream come true kind of player.
Coach Goldberg. I don't think I can use the right words of making it justice of how extraordinary of a human being he is, because he makes sure that his players are well taken care of and are in an environment where we can all succeed. So taking care of his players individually, being there as a second father figure, is, for me personally, is the first step, and a huge step that sometimes gets taken for granted. And he goes way beyond that. So he takes quite good care of his players. And on top of that, he's an amazing volleyball coach. So having that combination is pretty fantastic. I was a very special case of recruit because I was international. However, I didn't have the challenges of an international player. He didn't need to worry about me getting a visa to come to the US. My English and grades were pretty good, so I passed the SAT and TOEFL without problems, and also got an academic scholarship to come to the US. However, on the other side, I was way different from the other recruits because I moved here with my parents. So he got the bonus deal. So that kind of support, not only for me, but also for my entire family, it's something that I will cherish and value for the rest of my life, because I didn't just get a coach. My whole family got a family member. So, and him and his wife Bonnie are the power couple. So I will never forget when Bonnie picked me up and my parents from the airport, like that moment when she pointed to her sweatshirt, like American University. It's pretty fantastic. So like, yes, please pick us up. The beauty with the sport of volleyball, and also with the whole process of being here at American University, is that you start right away. When you start school, you're integrated into a group of people and a group of friends. So that's the process of adjustment is not also that long, because you automatically have friends. You automatically start with a pretty fantastic group of people, and that I was honored to call teammates, and which I continue to. They are some of my best friends right now. So it just how much we supported each other on and off the field. So playing was very unique. The way that organizations of when season started was also pretty unique. We're gone every weekend, and midweek games also, and also the combination of being a student first and then an athlete. That's just like a very unique system that only exists in the US. So that was very remarkable to me, being able to do both. And I ended up being a winner because I got like a very amazing support system while being here. All the awards that I won are just an after fact. Like obviously I love the game. It was the pure love for the game that I started quite young, when I was 10, 11 years old, playing. And you never really think about the words, or they're just numbers. So that, but just the love for the game and the opportunities that volleyball have provided to me are quite fantastic. So the challenge of being a student athlete for me was getting adjusted to the whole system, especially at the beginning. When I showed up, when I moved to the US, it was around November. Then I left to go and play with the national team around December, January time. So when I came back, when school actually started, I was 2 weeks late. So I was getting used to going to classes and in English, which my English was pretty good when I moved here, but still it was talking day to day and taking everything in English was, it needed some adjustments. And on top of that, time management was also very important because you go to classes, need to be on time to practice and go back again, and being very diligent about following up on everything. And so that took a little bit of adjustment. Different way of practicing also. Back home, during summer we practice twice a day. However, during season we only have one game a week, which is usually during weekends. So time management is important because we practice every day, but I was used to practicing every day. However, having such an intense on-season and games schedule, it took a lot of getting used to, especially if we're missing classes, turning everything ahead of time. But again, I had an amazing support system. Coach was very patient, especially with international players. We obviously need a little bit more time to adjust because it's a new country, it's a new system, everything is different. The school was very amazing because if I needed help academically, I could get tutors. The school itself provides a lot of resources like a writing center, math center, and also professors. They have office hours, so the resources are available. It's a matter of like taking advantage of them, and all of this till you figure how the whole system works obviously takes time. So I was very blessed to have a very good support system in order to make me succeed both in school and also athletically. Having a very good experience here at American and also location being so close to work, that's why it was a combination of the two with continuing my master's degree. And then once completed my master's, again, I had no reason to search anywhere else because I was very happy with the experience that I got here at American, and I continued to pursue my doctorate degree. And yes, everybody got surprised when they hear that all three of my degrees are from American, but for me, it was, I really enjoyed my experience here, and I was very happy with the support that I got and the level of expertise that I was learning from the best of the best. So I had no reason to go search anywhere else because this was an amazing fit for me. Being inducted is a privilege for me, and being among the most decorated players and most recognized players, the best players at American, it's truly, I'm very humbled, and it's a true privilege. I was very excited, obviously, and also surprised. It was the first year that I was going to be able to receive this award and getting recognized right away. That was, I was very humbled. But again, you never think of these things when you're playing. You just try to give the best of yourself when the opportunity arises, and when I was playing here. So all of this awards afterwards are definitely, I'm very humbled and really happy.